Relationship PTSD appears to be real. Events that occurred in relationships can be great and memorable, but they can also be traumatic and scary, causing one to be skittish or timid when considering future relationships.
You are listening to It's All Mental Podcast, a show that empowers Black and Brown females on how to maintain good mental health through personal and real-life experiences. Each week, we explore various topics that any female can relate to. I am your host, licensed professional counselor, and owner of Glass Seats, Pamela Smith.
What's up, good people? Coming to you today in the wake of this craziness of the coronavirus. So I apologize that we are posting a little later than normal, but due to unforeseen circumstances, that's what's going on. The important thing is we are here now. Just a quick note on that whole virus scare. Try to remain safe, remain calm. If your employer allows you to stay home, then do that. Do all the things that they're telling you to do and do what you need to do in order to not just safe, but at ease with this as much as possible. I know things look scary, but keep the faith. So with that aside, I want to go ahead and get into what we are going to talk about today. Today's topic is relationship PTSD. For those of you that don't know what PTSD is, it's post-traumatic stress disorder. I heard the term relationship PTSD about 6 months ago and thought it was really clever and very aptly put. Then I saw a show on TV where the storyline addressed a blooming relationship between peers, one of which was in a prior abusive relationship. And I guess you could describe her as skittish or timid. And the guy, he was head over heels in love with her, right? The other storyline was about a military veteran trying unsuccessfully to navigate the transition from military to civilian life, for 6 years with no treatment for his PTSD diagnosis. All right, so follow me. The young lady that was in the abusive relationship researched PTSD and learned that when working with PTSD or those that have it, the individual literally experiences the trauma all over again as if they were actually in the traumatic event in real time. And that PTSD can be triggered at any moment, by a smell, a sound, somebody that looks familiar or something, that catches your attention. So she was able to apply this theory to herself. And it was great watching the light bulb come on when she realized that she experiences relationship PTSD. So the guy that she's dating told her that he loved her, and that weirded her out big time, right? So she started to avoid him. She was freaking out because he said, as what she described, 3 little words. Except for her, the words weren't so little. She was able to ascertain that she does, in fact, love the guy, and that his saying, "I love you," gave her insight to why she responded the way that she did to him. So the moral of this story is relationship PTSD appears to be real. The real is events that occurred in relationships can be great and memorable, but they can also be traumatic and scary, causing one to be skittish or timid when considering future relationships. So of course, as a licensed professional counselor, I would suggest, I'm not providing therapy, I would just suggest finding a good therapist, someone who can objectively and safely guide you through the process of introspection, your vulnerability, honesty, and willingness. We all got our crew. We all have our homegirls and homeboys that give some of the best advice. But in this particular realm, I would say seek out a professional. Don't give up. Learn who you are. Be comfortable with who you are. Identify your needs and be patient. Hit me up. I'd like to hear what you think about this. What are some of the questions you might have about it? We can address it on the next show. All right. Have a good one.
Thanks for listening to It's All Mental Podcast. If you could do us a favor and leave a review on Apple Podcast, that would be great. Until next week, I am your host, Pamela Smith.